Then looks like we are on the air. Everything looking good. Shows RPGrinders. I'm on with Eric RPG. We will have Break here very soon. Break should be very, very excited. Today we'll talk to him in just a bit.
I have no idea what kind of game Dying Light is.
It's like if I'm not mistaken, it's like Dead Island, but way better. I heard.
You mean like with an actual narrative and story beats instead of just feeling like a roguelike?
Yes. Yeah. Today's show's gonna be pretty good. Not a lot of news, which leaves us room for a lot of other things. It might be a short show today, but that's okay. We're gonna be talking. I have a review today. Stinko should be fun, or not fun, depending on how you look at it. Sweetos will be fun for sure. Free for all today. We're having the greatest video game couple of all time tourney. Round one. Eric won't be here next week, right, Eric?
Yeah, I won't be here.
All right. That's okay. We'll skip the tourney next week, but we'll finish up.
Or rather, I don't anticipate being here because I probably won't have the energy to care enough to show up and sacrifice even more of my time that day.
We will
I'll explain about that later.
We will pick that up after Eric gets back. It's a shortened tourney anyways, only 16 couples. So there we go. Digital Pigeon, what's up, my man? Welcome on in. We have not started the show yet. We're waiting for Breakman to jump on in. I've been watching Digital Pigeon play a little bit of that. He plays. I think he plays Smite, right? Digital Pigeon, pretty sure. And it's actually a pretty cool game. It's like a RTS type deal. Tower defense, whatever.
I'm wondering how long it'll take before my return gets here.
Before what? Oh, your
text return.
Yeah. I gotta amend mine. You did pretty good, Digital Pigeon. I was watching, man. Not too bad. I mean, if that's new.
I was just to say because I was thinking about. I already put my reserve ticket in for the Steam Deck. I'm still getting that, but I was also thinking about getting the capture card again.
I wouldn't peg you for an RPG. I never pegged you for an RPG player, Digital Pigeon. That was unexpected. What's your favorites?
Anyways, I was gonna use the capture card to stream stuff.
Yeah, and you don't want to get an Elgato, right? You got something else?
I'm thinking about getting the Razer because it seems like it's kind of what I want for the price point I want to pay.
Yeah.
All I want to know is, does this thing let me do legacy consoles like the PS3?
That's interesting.
Because the PS3 is weird because it has that HDDCP, and I wonder if this thing can bypass it, and if it can't, if I need to get a splitter, and which splitters do I need to can I use? Because I tried to get a splitter and use it with my Elgato back when it worked. It's broken now, but that's part of the reason I don't want to get another one because they seem to break easily. But like, I couldn't get it to work for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Figured that maybe certain splitters didn't work on the Elgato, or they just didn't let you use them.
Yeah. I mean,
the other reason I hate Elgato is I don't like its how you have to use its proprietary software to use it, and how even having it connected as a pass-through to your computer severely impacts the performance of the console, even if you're not even using the software.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah. I had to disconnect it, and then the software itself didn't work half the time.
Yeah, I get wary. Aren't you able to?
And I heard, and somebody I follow on Twitter was using theirs with OBS, which is hard enough to do as it is. But
Yeah.
once you get it set up, it sometimes has problems with that. So I think Elgau's are just garbage.
I don't know if they're garbage. It's just like a whole. Um, it's just a whole fucking mess with Windows in general, man. It's a generalized Windows thing. Atelier, Final Fantasy, of
And I
course.
can't get any capture cards for my PC because that requires having a good PC, and then it's tethered to the PC, and then having a setup that will work with my consoles is difficult.
Yeah. Breath of Fire, Ultima's good stuff. Dragon Warrior, look at this guy. Dragon Quest, man, you're in the right place, Digital Pigeon. Star Ocean, Secret of Mana, all the tales of. Gee, Mani, wow. Uh, you could be playing Breath of the Wild, Breakman. You could be. Um, Digital Pigeon, welcome. Uh, Fit right in, my man. Unexpected, Digital Pigeon. Uh,
What I want to know for people who stream though is what's a good upstream data rate
at,
for
le- at
for doing
least
something at least um, 1080p.
At least 15, I would say.
I
I
don't
would
think
say.
I quite hit that, so I could at least do maybe 720p,
No, I mean, if you're doing 10, if you got 10 to
but
15,
or at least at 60 frames.
if you got 10 to 15, I think you're good.
Because I need to do an internet speed test because I
Yeah,
only just recently upgraded, but I don't think it quite hits 10. But let me see.
yeah.
Um,
If you got 10, I think you're okay, Eric, with 1080p for sure. I mean, I can run 4K at 15, so you should be good at 10,
Also,
of
I'd
course.
like a dedicated capture card, so I wouldn't like because like I know the Switch doesn't have Twitch integration, but the two other consoles do. But um their streaming capabilities are kind of garbage. They're
Yeah,
just there.
yeah. You want to be able to plug it
I'm at
in.
11 megabits per second on the upload.
Oh, you're good. You should be good, dude.
11.5.
Yeah, you should be fine. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be a-okay on the upload.
My download speeds are like around 220 ish.
Yeah, well, that's
Technically, I paid for the 200 Mbps tier, but I guess it goes a little above that because I guess it's the average is 200.
yeah,
That's and my modem can only handle about 300. So if I wanted to
yeah,
go to the 400 tier, probably have to get a new modem,
yeah, yeah.
which apparently they'll provide you. But I don't know if that means rental or something. Because
It's
like
most likely rental.
I mean, because they say they give it to you for free, but no, there's a string attached usually.
Digital Pigeons. You went through for what? The PS2 Digital Pigeon? You said I went through hell looking for Digital Devil's Story. Uh, yeah. I used to have all those
It's
RPGs, man.
Digital Devil Saga. Digital Devil Story is Megami Tensei. That's what it
Yeah, Shin
translates.
Megami Tensei. Yeah. You've been to my house, yeah. And Bahamut Lagoon, really? Um, yeah.
Yeah, if you played Bahamut Lagoon, I wondered if you played the newer fan translation versus Skyrenders and Bu's old one.
Golly, Digital Pigeon's really surprising me right now. Really surprised. Hey, Breakman, are you on yet? Can I get you up on the old Streamarama? Let's see.
But the biggest reason I'm getting the Stream Deck is because I kind of want a portable, all-in-one emulation machine.
See if we can get Breakman in here a little bit
And
early.
if I can play a few PC games, it's a bonus.
I have to recharge my mouse here real soon.
Also, there's some games on. I want to test the limits of like what kind of modern PC games I could play on it.
Yeah.
Because I've got stuff like the free Epic Game Store games I want to play on it, but to do that I'll have to put Windows on first, and then I'll have to put the Epic Games launcher on.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta charge my mouse here real quick for a couple
I'm not
minutes.
really planning to dig into it until they launch the dock for that, so I can just plug it into my TV.
Hey, Break, you on?
Yep, I'm here.
Right on. Right on, right on, right on.
Cool.
We're going to have a fun show today.
Sure.
It's not going to be too long, I don't think.
Okay.
But we should have.
Okay, that's good because I'm taking a nap right now.
Taking a nap? How dare you? Let's see. I'm suffering playing newer games due to old tech. I'd rather play my old school games anyways. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
I like both.
I do like both. I do like both, no doubt. But
I think he's basically saying he hasn't updated his PC in years, just like me.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest on PC, it's like what, every year, every 2 years, you got to be upgrading shit.
You don't need to every 2 years. I mean,
if you want to play the latest and greatest at the top settings, yes, you do, no doubt.
Yeah, at top settings, but like you can still get by with like a video card probably from 2 years prior and be fine. But
yeah,
the thing is, when it comes to graphic cards developers, they develop cards just to theoretically reach certain speeds that most games won't ever get to.
Yeah,
and it feels like kind of buying a sports car at that point.
A digital pigeon. See, I don't know anything about PC's digital pigeon. I run a Mac. I don't do PC gaming. He's still using a GTX 670. Is that?
Yeah, I have. This is a computer my brother gave me, and it has. This is how old the video card is by comparison to what he has. It is a 7800 model. That thing is ancient, basically.
Yeah.
And it's the bottleneck to me playing anything on this computer.
You could probably play some older RPGs on that.
The most I could play on this right now that's technically modern is the 2016 Doom. And even then, it kind of stresses to play it because I can hear the fans burring. Hell, even playing YouTube videos on here at certain resolutions is a chore.
Damn. All right.
I mean, sure, cleaning and like all the dust out of this thing with a can of dust, which I still need to do.
What up, Freak 5?
But it's not going to completely fix the problem.
What up, Freak 5? Nice to see you in there. We're just about ready to start. Breakman's in a little bit early.
Although, if you do want a new video card for PCs, good luck finding one, because just like consoles, it's kind of hard to get them.
Hey, Digital Pigeon, you have a PS5, or are you still on a PS4? He says he's stoked for Elden Ring. Or do you have an Xbox? I'm stoked for Elden Ring too, but it looks hard as fuck, man. I mean, it's... yeah, he's got a PS5. Yeah. Yeah, I got a PS5 too. Eric's
you probably don't want to play Elden Ring on the PC because apparently that game uses a lot of the same code that Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 2 use. And there's an exploit that can completely mess up your computer.
Yeah, no thank you. You see, these are reasons to not PC game, man. I'm telling you. Break, you back? We'll wait for Break to get back in here.
Something tells me the exploit still exists on the consoles versions, but it can't be used to hack your computer because hacking consoles doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. Hey, Break, you back yet?
Other than maybe potentially open backdoor for homebrew, but that's it. That can brick your console. So
Digital Pigeon says, I'm afraid to play Dark Souls. Start with Demon Souls first, man. Demon Souls will get you in that groove, man. Get the PS5 version of Demon Souls, and you'll be... I was intimidated, man, but I went through that game like a boss, even though I...
But you're excited for Elden Ring, which is probably even more difficult than that game.
Yeah, Elden Ring's probably going to be way more difficult, but it looks good.
Elden Ring's basically Sekiro and Bloodborne thrown together.
Yeah, pretty much.
With all the Dark Souls rules.
And Sekiro, holy shit, does that game look tough, man. I didn't even begin to... I don't even have that game. That's how intimidated I am. I watched Eric play it. Hey, Break, you back? We have to wait for Break to get back here. Gonna be a fun show today. We haven't started yet. We're waiting for Break to unmute or give back, either or. But not a lot of news today, which is good. We'll get right into the gusto. Break is early. That is why it is so cold. Hell froze over. That's exactly right.
Yeah, I'm going to explain how it got cold before today happened.
Yeah. Hey, Digital Pigeon, honestly, get Demon's Souls first, and go through that. You should be able to get through that, and once you get through that, you can get through any of those games. I mean, just take a little piece at a time. Watch a couple guides. Hey, Break, you back?
I'm here. Yeah.
All right. Let me make sure my mouse is working, and we'll get started. Make sure I got at least 2%. Yeah, I got 7%. That should be good for the rest of the show. Okay. Let's get started here, guys. Boom. Freak says hell froze early because you were here early, Break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pick it up, Digital Pigeon. It's good stuff, and you can pick it up fairly cheap now. I think it's like $40. You can get a used copy for cheaper. What's up, Wyland? Souls games are great. Yeah, they are. They're just.
Did anybody
really
check
hard.
out the either play or watch a video of the Bloodborne PSX fan project?
No, but that looks. What was it, like 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 copies downloaded, something like that. You have BB PSX. Bloodborne PSX. Wyland says he has it. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's get started here. Let's get this party started. Hang on. And welcome, everybody, to episode 676 of RPGrinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you?
Oh, sorry. I'm here. I'm awake. I'm just
barely
tired.
Barely. Are you all right, man?
I'm a little bit worn out today. It's been a busy day.
Man, I thought you would have been worn out all week drinking and partying and celebrating, but I'm sure we'll get to that later. Tease.
I'm more exhausted from trying to shovel ice and snow.
Oh, yeah.
It's the worst when the ice comes and then the snow covers it.
Yeah. Digital Pigeon loves the intro. He says sick as fuck, and he loved it. Cool. Yeah, man. Glad you liked it. I paid a good chunky price for it.
My muscles are all sore from all the stuff I had to do the previous 2 days.
Yeah, I'm pretty sore and sick too. Well, not sick. I'm over being sick, but I'll talk about that later. Let's get right to it, guys. Let's get into the news so we can get that out of the way. We got lots to discuss today, so here we go. RPG news. All right, Eric, you are up.
And there's only 4 articles today, so be thankful.
Be thankful. It's not Thanksgiving yet, man.
No, I'm promising it'll be larger next week.
How dare you, Breakman? Hey,
are you threatening us?
Breakman, yeah. This is your last week, man. I'm telling you right now, this is your last week of the exile thing. So
I thought that was last week because this is February now.
Yeah, we extended it because remember we had that week off and all that.
Oh, okay.
So this is your.
Well, then you're exiled, Frank.
Oh, how dare you?
Anyways, action RPG roguelike Dreamscaper is now available for the series. Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Xbox Game Pass. And publisher Freedom Games and developer Afterburner Studios did this game. And you can even play it on the Switch and PlayStation 4 and the PC. But that came out in 2021, last year, in August. And it released in 2020, following a 2029 Kickstarter project. So that was a decent turnaround, I guess, for that game like that. But I've never played the game, and it looks fun, but it's roguelike, so I'm kind of like leery because like some of them have weird rules that just make it hard for me to get into them.
Yeah. Wyland says right now he's playing the Japanese version of Sunoku versus Capcom, unlocking characters. And Breakman's... Oh, I can't even say it. Dang it.
Oh, wait, there is no PS4 version of this game, but I thought it... Maybe it's just not out yet, but I thought it was in development.
What's up, Radu? Radu987 is in chat. Welcome on in.
And I'm thinking maybe it's being developed later, along with the PS5 version.
You guys don't know nothing about Radu, do you? Do you even know what Radu is? Breakman, maybe you do.
I do not.
Have you ever watched Full Moon Video? Like the old school, like Puppet Master and all that shit? No?
It sounds familiar, but it's...
I wouldn't know. I'm not
sounds
in the
familiar.
lore.
It's Blood Species. Or no, what is that?
It's called Subspecies.
Subspecies, that's right. Subspecies. That's Radu, the vampire. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh, that was the subspecies in the movies.
Yeah, subspecies.
Oh,
Subspecies.
okay.
Bloodstone from Subspecies. Yeah, I got my words twisted up, but yeah, Subspecies. Those were great movies, actually. Like, if they had a higher budget, I think those movies would have been way better. But anyways, all right. Anything else on this, Eric?
Nope, that's it.
All right, break. Next story, please.
Coming to us live from RPG site, Neptunia X Sinran Kagura. I guess X means they're fucking, so Neptunia is fucking Sinran Kagura.
No, it's a crossover. That's like
Oh,
that's like the go-to letter logo that they usually associate with crossover games in Japan now.
Yeah.
all right, fine. They're not fucking. But anyways, Ninja Force launched.
But Neptunia is known for having its Yuri moments, so I'm sure there's like at least some kinky going on.
Yeah, some fucking. I mean
All right, now we're talking.
It won't
this
happen
game-
in the games though. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well,
God damn it! It's like one step forward, two steps back.
I know.
Anyway,
Darn it.
Nintendo Switch will be releasing in America on April 19th and in Europe in April 22nd. This is a crossover action originally released on the PlayStation 4. Wow, back in doesn't say, it just says in September. There it is. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it.
Okay.
In this game.
I mean, it's got some flashy visual.
Well, here's a
style.
little bit up. Nintendo Switch version includes 2 new difficulty modes, DLC costumes available from the get-go, and all sub-events added in the PS4 version patches. More information on this can be found on the official website, which I don't even know why I read that. Moving on.
Yeah. I don't know why you read that either, but that's okay.
I still need to provide my review for this, but what little I played, I enjoyed. I mean, it's more or less Senran Kagura, but with the Neptunia girls doing their story along with the other girls from their game.
Yeah. Radu says, wow, that's the first time anybody ever mentioned Subspecies. So, yeah, I remember. It's old school. Yeah, Subspecies is good.
I don't know how I feel about the game being on the Switch, because it probably is not going to be playing at 60 frames.
Yeah, most likely not. Well, hopefully this next one will play at 60 frames per second. This is from RPGsite.net. Undernauts, Labyrinth of Yomi, launches on February 24th in Europe. So here's a little bit about it. Released in North America and for Steam late last year. James was very high on the game in this review. It's a hearty recommendation to anyone already familiar with the genre. DRPGs. So what is that? Dungeon RPGs?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like it sort of looks like a.
I wonder why Europe had such a late release date compared to North America.
I know, that's kind of weird. You'd think that would be pretty easy. Why don't we have any hardcore lesbian RPGs, Breakman?
I actually have the game for review, and I gotta get around to it. But
are we playing Apex? No.
No.
Just lazy.
No, Judd, I'm not playing Apex. I put Apex because it's really popular. It's the first thing that pops up on the games. But if I go into like Demon or Dark Souls or something like that, like nobody gets in the chat. So every once in a while we get extra people in the chat from the Apex
Oh, so you're not lazy. You're
label.
just a con man. I got
Yeah,
it.
pretty much. Pretty much.
At least he's not conning people out of money, just their time.
Yeah, that's true. Just a little bit of time.
Yep.
So yeah, Undernauts, Labyrinth of Yomi. So there you go. The trailer looks pretty cool. I dig this style of game. So this is exactly what the type of game that I would play. So Undernauts is one that I may end up picking up. It reminds me a little bit of Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land, if anybody remembers that game. But good stuff there. All right.
Actually, Break, we
Wow,
probably
Wizardry.
there probably is hardcore lesbian RPGs. It's just that they're not available on consoles for obvious reasons,
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
and they're usually not well made because
That's also the problem too.
Yes,
Like I think
yes.
of good quality game. Like I don't want those shit games those waifu games they put on the Switch. Like those are
I mean,
bad, terrible games.
some of the
It's a fun game.
some of these spells would be fun. Like scissoring for 5 MP.
Well, that's the ultimate move. That's
Yeah.
the finisher right there.
Right.
I think the biggest problem with most lesbian porn in the West is that they're written for male audiences and not necessarily female ones.
Well, that's most porn in general.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And-
which is a problem in itself.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying that's the way it is.
Freak 5, of course, he says, "What was ordering dinner? What is this about hardcore lesbian RPGs? We need more of them, Freak 5. That's what
Yeah.
we're saying. All right, Eric, let's finish up
I mean,
the
the
news.
Switch is missing a golden opportunity there. is
They
what I'm
really
saying.
are. They really are. All right, Eric,
Nintendo, get on that.
get on it, Nintendo, and off of it, and on it
Squinix,
again.
get on that.
And-
Nintendo,
yeah.
just make a new label that isn't associated with your name brand at all,
Yeah, exactly. All right,
and,
Eric.
Yeah.
and you can get away with having porn on your console.
Or do what Disney did. Buy a company like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
They had
exactly.
what's their Miramax. They have like their like here we don't want people to know this is a Disney film, but we want to make money, so you guys release it.
Right. Exactly. It's like they have all kinds of different companies that release different type
It's like
of
how they're
movies, right?
throwing all the Fox movies on Hulu
Yeah.
that are rated R or whatever.
Exactly. All right, Eric. Last story.
Wait, is that where Kingsman, the latest Kingsman movie, is probably going to go?
Most likely. Most likely. All right,
I
Eric.
wonder when that's going to be available for streaming, because I kind of miss my opportunity to see it in theaters, because I kind of don't want to go in theaters as often as possible.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. What do you Thanks, Digital Pigeon. Really appreciate that. All right, Eric. Let's
Okay,
last
this
story.
is the last article. Mina the Hollower is Yacht Club Games' next game, and it's already surpassed its Kickstarter goal, raising a little more than twice its fund goal.
Yeah.
And it's Game Boy Color inspired, so it looks like it plays kind of like a Zelda game.
It does look like an old school
But
Zelda
with
game.
a Castlevania flair, because Mina's got a whip, and there's even a Simon Belmont looking character who also kind of looks like the crappy Simon Belmont for Captain N. I'm guessing he's gonna be a comic relief of some kind.
Oh my god, does he have a comb? Does he stop to brush his hair and shit?
I didn't see a comb, but his hair did look combed over.
Wow.
This game looks really great, Breakman. You got to check this out, man. From Yacht, it's the same people that did Shovel Knight. And
I was kind of disappointed that the first physical tier is $100. No, I'll just buy them. I just pledged the $20 digital version, and I'll just buy the physical version whenever it launches.
yeah,
And I think they did it that way because they didn't want to create a situation kind of like with Bloodstained did with their Kickstarter campaign, where I paid $60 for the physical, and the game ended up being like $40 instead.
Yeah. I mean, this game looks fantastic.
So they're only doing it at 100 for people that are really serious about getting that, along with a few other extras.
This really looks good, man. I mean, this looks like old school Zelda platforming with like Eric said.
Apparently the only reason they're doing a Kickstarter for this game is So they could produce the physical copies themselves instead of finding someone else to do it for them.
I did see where a lot of people were bitching about that, but I did find more information, like you said, Eric. They are producing their own physical copies instead of relying on somebody else to do it. So, I mean, in this case, I think the Kickstarter's okay, but I was on board with the commenters. I was like, man, Yacht Games is pretty well known right now, with all the Shovel Knight stuff. So why are they doing Kickstarter? But it makes sense. It does make sense now. So, it's all good.
But hell, if this does half as well as Shovel Knight did in revenue, they could probably become a publishing arm and not have to rely on Kickstarter anymore.
I agree. I think this is the game right here.
I mean, they're already a publisher, but like they've only published a digital game, like one other digital game.
Yeah.
And it was because it was a solo project.
All right.
Otherwise.
And that, my friends, is the news of the day. Anything else on this? It looks good, though. I think it looks good.
No, not really.
Okay. Let us move on. Does anybody have any homie discounts for the homies out there? Anybody? I didn't see anything too major on the Sony front. Xbox, I just really glanced at. Break, do you know any Xbox deals?
Not really. Yeah, I can't. Well, the what was it? No, that was actually GameStop. I saw that they had like the deluxe edition, or was it the ultimate edition of Borderlands 3 for I think $40, down from $100. So
yeah, there you go.
I'm looking at comics and Freak 5 says an African American coworker was wearing a Browns training at work today. He looked like a Tootsie Roll, and Ufe's like, isn't that the point? I mean, the Browns uniform does kind of make you look like a Tootsie Roll.
I hate the Browns uniforms. When they came back, I thought they should have just did a total reband and called them like the Cleveland, I don't know, something.
Well, they seem to like a bulldog is kind of their mascot.
Yeah,
Why did they lean into that?
I know. I would have taken. I mean, the Cleveland Bulldogs would have been cool. I think that would have been really cool. Cleveland Dogs. That would have been an ultimate tribute to the fans, right?
Right.
At DAWGS.
Because like when I see Browns imagery, they do have like dog stuff going on. So it's like, why didn't they just call themselves dog something?
Yeah, exactly. Or like lean into that instead of like the plain helmets that they go with. They don't really use that like officially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they use like a dog mascot, but they don't really. None of their items are like, here's the dog. You know?
I mean, that would have been way cooler than fucking Washington Commanders. I mean, come on, man. Washington.
People are really pissed about that name.
Oh God, man. Washington Red Tails would have been.
The only problem I have with Washington Commanders is that, one, it sounds kind of bland. Two, it sounds militaristic.
Yeah, if you saw their
which
uniforms.
Isn't much better than the Native American bullshit they were doing.
If you saw their uniforms, you would think the same thing.
I disagree because I hear it and I think of Cobra Commander, and that's what I think of the Washington Redskins now. They are Cobra.
Yeah, just look at their uniforms, though.
The
uniforms are so boring and bland, man. They're almost as bad as the fucking Browns now.
So that means they're a whiny little baby that acts all tough, but he's really just all talk.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Breakman, do we have anything for you? All right, Breakman, break it down.
Oh, this is from Free 5 Chaos. He says, RPGrinders, I saw this on billboard near my house for a casino, and it is a picture of an old lady in a boxing ring with boxing gloves, and she's smiling, and she has her glasses on, and she's got the one glove put out, like she's gonna, like touch gloves before the fight. And so he asks me, Dear Breakman. Yeah, it said dear instead of ass this time, which is pretty. I think he does that on purpose. He asked, how much cash would it take for you to smash this old lady? That You gotta be a little bit more descriptive because my answer totally depends on
Can
what
you
do you
send me the
mean by the
pic?
word smash.
Can you send me the picture?
It's on
Brickman?
Twitter.
All right, let's.
Let me can I send it to Frank right now? But so there are at least a couple definitions of the term smash I can think of, and obviously there's the Hulk smash, Hulk smash, and then bash this old lady's face in, or to smash as in
like
bang.
bang.
You're disgusting, Drake.
Banging. Thank you, banging. I was trying to look for a
I saw the photo on the
nicer
tweet
term for it.
that was mentioned, and there's clearly boxing gloves there. Why'd you go there?
Well, he said smash. I mean, I just was wondering, okay, well, fine. If you're saying to fight her and beat the crap out of this old lady, and I'm not saying I could because I don't know, she might know like martial arts or something, and I'd go in for a box, and if she kicked me right in the balls or something, you never know, it could happen.
She's secretly like a black belt, and she'll kick your ass up.
Oh my god! If we're talking smashes and banging, it would take me a lot of money on this one, Freak 5.
Yeah, me too. At least $100. At least.
Yeah, I mean that's like bare minimum, and that's like with no fingers involved. You know what I'm saying?
No,
wow.
you don't. I mean, you don't have to. Everything's included for the $100, but I'm just saying at least $100. So that's if we're going that route. And now to smash the lady's face in, like I said, I don't know. I mean, maybe she's the martial artist, and she doesn't obey the rules of boxing.
Get smashed.
Yeah.
Or she's like one of those
old
old-timey boxers where she gets her hands like in this weird position that looks really funny. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know how they ever fought like that.
I mean, Freak 5 brings up a good point. Only $100, Break? Damn. That's pretty cheap, dude.
Well, I mean, for $5, I'll smash her face in.
Yeah.
I think $100 isn't that bad of a deal. Is what I'm saying.
Break is cheap. Violet says break is cheap, man.
Well, look, man. Nobody's got any money. I'm just trying to be like, I'm trying to be consumer friendly to other people. You know,
consumer friendly.
We're not billionaires around here.
Shy Puff and Casino Thanks are in chat. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Okay.
So you guys, where are you at on this, Frank? How much would it cost you to do
a hell of a lot more than $100 to bang this one. I'm telling you. I mean, you got to give me like $10,000. I mean, come on, man.
And smash your face in?
To smash your face in, I'm with you, man. $5, I'm in.
It's $10,000 to smash your vagina, $5 to smash your face.
Eric, what do you think, man?
I'm not even gonna answer this.
Eric's like, fuck this. I agree, Eric. I shouldn't have answered either. I regret my life choices, to be honest with you. All right, let's. Anything else, Breakman?
So did you get this woman's number, Freak? Or I'm just wondering. For a friend, I'm just asking.
For a friend, exactly. For a friend. Oh man, terrible. You guys are terrible. Moving on.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds definitely don't want to know what we were previously talking about. They want to know what you've been playing, Breakman.
All the same stuff, really. I need more time because I don't have enough time to play all these games. Halo Infinite, mostly trying to get the multiplayer unlocks. They have a long-going, like, I forget what it's called, a battle pass, where it's you get up to level 100 and you get paint colors and different items for your armor and stuff like that. But they also do special weekly events where you get other items and the other stuff you can unlock. And I'm just trying to play this just trying to get some unlocks, basically. That's it.
Yeah. Killing
people and hoping I don't run against cheaters.
I know.
Yeah, they suck. But they fixed Big Team Battle, though, finally, which is pretty awesome. They actually changed a little something in there that I thought was annoying before, is that it was kind of hard to pick out your teammate in a crowd. In other words, in a big team battle, there'd be like 12 guys on your team. But like if you're with a friend, you want to be able to pick that friend out of the crowd, and they change the color of their name. It's a simple change, and it's like, oh, why didn't you do that before?
Sometimes,
Appreciate it.
you're so detailed you miss the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Break and takes patches and stuff to fix. Freak says advertisers need a teen boy to review their ads. If the boy starts laughing, they should change the ad. That's a good point, man. Actually, that makes a lot of sense, man. I mean,
Or just have me do it.
yeah, just have Breakman do it. Yeah, he's got the mind of a teen boy, so there you go.
Pretty much.
All right.
Let me see. Also, Breath of the Wild, and I haven't actually accomplished anything major. I've just been mostly trying to find that last memory. And while I've been doing it, I've been going around the harder areas where the Guardians are, places I really couldn't go before until I had stronger weapons and like just arrows, which are pretty badass.
Yeah.
So really haven't done anything. Breath of the Wild, I'm still playing it, and I'll still be playing that for a long time because I'm still playing the main game. When that's over with, I'm gonna get the DLC.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
We'll get the DLC.
There's this really cool thing in Phoenix Rising where you have this arrow that's sort of like you can follow it and guide it to where your target is. It's pretty badass, man.
But there was another game that did that. What was that game?
Heavenly Sword.
Heavenly Sword did that? Oh, that's right. It did do that. You're right.
It's not actually the game I was thinking of, but you're right. It did that too. But there was a game where you're like an animal, I think.
God damn it! What game
was back
was
in,
that?
Like, the PlayStation 2 era.
Yeah, man. Like where you could like basically be the arrow, guide yourself to the target.
Yeah. What was that?
Yeah, Phoenix Rising does a really good job of that, man. That's all I do. Like these big ass giants, I'll just sit back all the way back on clear across on another ledge where they can't even get to you, and they're looking at you like throwing rocks and shit, and you're like behind this thing, and you can guide these arrows like around corners, and it's badass, man. Yeah, it's really nice. What else you been playing, man?
That was a lot of fun. I like gaming the system like that and fucking around with enemies. Like the Guardians will try and shoot you with these giant laser beams. So just hide behind a wall.
Yeah.
Hits the wall, and then I pop out, hit him with an arrow, and sit there and wait for him to come and shoot at me again.
I always just reflect their beams back at them.
Yeah, whatever.
It takes longer with the weaker shields, though, because the strength of your shield determines how strong the deflection will be.
My favorite thing is to freeze them and then chop their legs off.
That's another good thing to do.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Like, time stop, and then when you time unfreezes, you're going to be without one of those tentacle legs of yours.
Freak says, so kind of like Rondu's arrow. Yeah, pretty much. It's those arrows are cool. All right, and what else you been playing, Break?
The other game I've been playing is Cobra Kai game. The more I play it, the more I like it, but it is buggy and glitchy, and I've taken some videos of some of the bugs, like enemies getting caught in walls and just kind of walking back and forth because they can't get to you or do anything about it. But and the only other thing I really don't like is some of the levels are really long.
Yeah. Like
this is a brawler, a beat 'em up. Like I just kind of want to get through it real quick in a few minutes, but still, it's a fun game. Love beating stuff up, and I beat it with the one dojo, and then you get to go back and play it with the other dojo, which is another thing that I think is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you get to play both sides, and then find out what the real story.
And of course, your favorite is always the evil side of things. The bad side.
No, I was a fan of the original Karate Kid, so I'm always going to be a fan of Danielson.
Gotcha.
I'm always going to be rooting for Daniel.
Of course.
But don't get me wrong, I love Johnny in the Cobra Kai. Like he's fantastic, but like I was a huge fan of the original. So.
I watched the first season of that, man. It's really fun. Really, really fun show. I dig it, man. There's a reason why it's getting like 100% Rotten Tomatoes. Just really, really solid. Reworking.
I wonder where the show's gonna go now that it's been canceled from Netflix.
They canceled it on Netflix?
Yeah, season 4 was like the last season, I think.
Last I heard, they renewed it for 2 more seasons.
That's what I thought. Okay,
so after those 2 seasons is it over then?
Yeah.
On Netflix?
Yes. Yeah.
I think they planned it as those next 2 seasons being like the 6th season being the last.
Well, if they get to 6, they'll do a 7th because Like it's been proven time and time again. Like 7 seasons is like the magic number to make the maximum amount of money on a series. So they'll do a 7 season if they get 6. So, what else you been playing? Break? Anything else?
No, that's enough.
All right, Eric, you are up.
I've been playing more Final Fantasy 13, only a little bit, but I've been playing more Pokemon Sword.
Oh, okay, cool. Anything else?
Not really. That's just it.
Yeah, I did a little bit more Phoenix Rising. I mean, Phoenix Rising is such a huge game. I just take a little piece at a time. I'm just taking my time with that game. That's all. Wyland says he has to take a break from unlocking characters in TVC. Tetsunoko versus Capcom. Yeah, that's sometimes you got to do that, Wyland.
The game deserves an HD remaster.
Absolutely.
What's Capcom doing not getting in touch with Tatsunoko to do that again?
I know. All right, let's move on.
RPGrinders reviews.
All right, Break, did you have any reviews this week?
Did you want to talk about Book of Boba Fett, or do you want to wait until the last episode next week?
I think we should wait till the last episode, my man, because I didn't get a chance to see the last episode yet. So let's just wait on it, because I think there's so much to talk about, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot to break down. It comes out what, Friday or Thursday? The last episode.
I thought the release date was Wednesday.
Wednesday? Okay, yeah, Wednesday. I'll take a peek
Disney
at all of them.
I thought it was Wednesday, so it'd be next Wednesday, right?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll wait. We'll hold off, man. That'll give us plenty of time to take that in, and we'll come back strong with a Boba Fett review next week.
The last 2 episodes were so strong. Amazing episodes, but there's a lot of confusion about those last 2 as well.
I think it's been fairly. I'm not amongst the haters. I like a little bit of like building up to stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we'll talk about it next week.
I don't want to spoil it because it's about another character, and it just kind of like that other character takes over, and it's like kind of isn't this Boba Fett story? What are we doing here?
Yeah, let's wait. Yeah. We'll talk about it for sure. Eric, did you have? It doesn't look like you had any reviews, Eric. I had a real quick review. I had a chance to watch Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm not going to say much more than what Eric said about Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think I agree with almost every point that he had on it, which is usually the case when I, follow-up review. But I will say the end is strong. The end is strong of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I really wanted Ghostbusters with the spoilers, but I think there's a lot of fertile ground, both with the new team and the old team, is all I'm saying. So I give it a solid 7.5.
I don't even know if you could call it a new team, because they were just kind of there and did what they did because they kind of had to.
Yeah, but I think that team could be strong. I don't see any problem with them doing it that way, man. I mean, you basically got the old crew with that crew. You know what I mean? I mean, like there's the snarky, smart ass like Venkman. I just there's a lot to be had there, and they could continue, but there's a lot to do old school too. Is what I'm saying. It's not confusing when internally it was called Mando Season 2.5 before.
Yeah,
production.
You should not read those because that's spoilers.
I kind of figured, man. I mean, I figured Mando would show up eventually, but I know it's spoilers, but whatever.
It's not just, okay, well, since we've mentioned him, it's not just that he shows up. It's that the Boba Fett doesn't show up. It's all about the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Well,
the one episode's all about the Mandalorian, and the last episode was all about Grogu. I'll just go ahead and spoil it for you right now.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm okay. We're great, but now it feels like a
but
promo.
It's confusing because the Boba Fett showing, and in those last 2 episodes, Boba Fett was in it for about a minute.
But I got a different take. I'll talk to you about it next week for sure. We'll talk about Boba Fett next week. I'm okay because they did a lot of great in the first 4 episodes plus. So I I have no problem with it. There's just one tiny problem that I have that I'll talk about next week. But let me watch the last two, and then we'll talk about it. Let's move on.
I just wanted to mention about Ghost Whisperer real quick. The one thing I didn't mention in my review that I wish I had, now that I'm thinking about it, is how I really like they characterized the granddaughter, because they did a much better explanation by actually providing explanation, unlike the classic series, of just how Spangler's brain works. She's not a neurotypical, and I think they kind of did a good way of describing that.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was charming enough. I think they did enough with it. But I mean, there has to be a launching point if they want to make it another franchise type deal. So it just I don't know. But anyways,
if they want to make a sequel, they'd probably have to be older.
Yeah, probably. Which it's fine. They can do that. I mean, that movie was what a year or two older. Was filmed like what 2 years ago or something. So it'll be fine. Trust me. All right, let's move on to everybody's.
It's clearly made with a sequel hook, but I don't know if there will be one.
Let's move on to everybody's.
That usually comes down to how much money it makes.
It made a good chunk. It made enough.
Then there'll probably be a sequel.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to everybody's favorite segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the week.
All right, Breakman, your Stinko of the week.
I've got several actually. I already mentioned earlier the weather. We got about 2 inches of ice yesterday, and then overnight we got about another couple inches of snow on top of it, and that's why I was kind of tired when I was shoveling out a few minutes before the show started, and I still got a lot more to do out there because it's a fucking pain in the ass because you gotta like dig into it. You gotta break the ice to get it out.
Yeah, you should do what I do. Just go get a bunch of salt and lay it on there and just let it do its thing.
Salt, walk away.
Yep, just put the salt and walk away. That's all you gotta do, man. It's a lot easier. I mean, a little more expensive, but a lot easier on your back and joints, man.
I need to invest in a shovel so I can dig whatever small snowbank gets in front of my car so I can actually pull out easy.
Yeah. Hey, Dungeon's in chat. What's up, Dungeon Buster?
Because I almost called off today because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to, even with my car orientated and so that my front wheel drive can actually work.
Yeah. All right. Stinko, Breakman. Anything
Okay.
else?
I have several. So I've got a few more here. Let me see. The next one I will go to is, we actually talked about this last week when we talked about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan earlier this week, he apologized in what seemed like a sincere apology. Like, I've made a lot of mistakes and I'll try to do better and stuff like that. The very next day, he sent out a tweet, with more disinformation about the COVID virus. A pro and
this isn't the first time either, though.
But the fact is, the fact is he apologized for all the misinformation about COVID and anti-vaxxing and stuff like that. And he's like, "I'm sorry, I'll do better." And then with the next day,
he'll do better at not getting caught, even though he still got cut.
You know what's funny is the only reason that he did that apology was money. I mean, he had all that Spotify money right in, flashing before his eyes, and then he did that apology. I wonder what Spotify's going to do now. That's the big thing to watch. What is Spotify going to do?
So far, they've doubled down on it. They don't seem to.
They don't really care.
They don't seem to care.
All right, what else you got?
And the owner went on like a tirade, like defending him. But we know how stuff like that plays out. When it comes down to it, it's about money. So
you could add Dwayne Johnson to that list.
Well, I think he said it before the apology or after. I don't know. I'm confused about that timeline too. But anyway, what was I about to say?
Other
I'm just
stinkos.
saying he's buddies with Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah. A lot of them.
and
a
he's
lot of
center
episodes
and
are.
he's center right. So
Yeah. Okay.
and Shaquille O'Neal sounds like an anti-vaxxer,
Uh,
and he apparently supports NFTs. So yeah.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I mean these mask mandates are kind of weird to me. I mean we'll have to have a discussion about that some other time, man.
okay. So
What
moving on. Book banning is becoming a trend again
Oh,
because I don't know why. Like we're taught in school. All of us were taught in school. You know, Nazis burned books.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
getting rid of books is a bad thing.
Right.
Like it's what Nazis do. But here we are in America. It seems like it happens every 5-10 years. Like well, usually in Texas, like they want to ban books for whatever reason. This time it's a lot of books they've banned.
I
And
find
primarily-
it funny that a lot of people bitch about cancel culture and then they're first in line to cancel shit, you know, like
Yeah.
books and stuff.
And in this case, it's about like the Holocaust and racism specifically. Like those are the two things they're completely targeting. So, you know, obviously, tell us again how you people aren't bigots. Whatever. Tell me again how you people aren't racist. And speaking of racist,
Tell me how you're loving Christians.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're not.
yeah, that too. God first, God and family first. But fuck you, you whatever. You know, like, oh come on. God and guns, baby. Yeah.
God and guns.
So,
do you-
anyways,
what else you
speaking
got?
of murder, another black man was murdered by the police, execution style. We had the video to release. It's now no longer even sleep in your own home or in a friend's home, or I think it's his cousin's home or something. You can't even sleep in bed and be safe anymore. Just you're black in America. There's no place safe for you. Period.
Well,
From a cop.
I mean, these are things we've known for a very, very long time on this show.
Well, I know, but we have
Breakdown.
video of them executing a mirror lock, and you know, the cops saying like it wasn't a big deal, like it was, you know, he had a gun. Like you fucking woke him up from a sleep, like he was probably terrified. You know, wouldn't you have reached for a gun or something if somebody if you woke up and there were guns in your face?
If I had one, of course.
I mean, if you had one, right? I'm saying, but
right,
And they were there because why?
right.
well, and it was a no knock warning. Like
Oh,
they didn't
God.
like announce themselves; they just barged in.
warrant.
No warrant, no knock. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
but apparently it
man.
wasn't the right place anyway. Again, as
No.
usual, like it seems like a lot of the times they kill people by going to the wrong home.
Yeah, we've got to start over with
As opposed to
policing.
going to the right home where they still would have killed someone.
We,
right.
yeah,
That's a good point, but you know what I meant. Like these are people that are like innocent, complete innocent victims, not expecting anything. Like he's lying in bed for God's sakes, or
Yeah.
lying on a couch, whatever.
The,
But he was just lying
the
down
New York
expecting
Police
to sleep.
Department police body is large enough to be a small army.
yeah.
This is fascism, and these are the Nazis.
Yeah, no doubt. Eric, you hit the nail on the head right there. Freak 5 says he had a gun. I thought it was our right to have a gun. That's
And
you know
from
what?
what I read,
There you
he
go.
was a legal gun owner.
Right.
He had his concealed carry license.
Even if he didn't, if you're in your own home, you have a right to defend your home, right? With a gun.
I know, but I'm saying like he, if this was a white guy who was doing this, it wouldn't
Oh,
even be a
no
narrative,
doubt.
you know.
No
it was
doubt.
like he was defending his home,
Right.
like or something like this. Whereas the cops are like, no, he pointed a gun at us, like we're defending ourselves.
We have to start over with the police. We have to start over. There's no other choice. There's no other solution that makes sense. Starting over is the only way to make our police force better. Period. I'm convinced of that. Convince me otherwise. Start over. Fire them all, with or without pensions. Hopefully without, because that's a huge drain on our fucking taxes.
Now, let me tell you the bullshit I got on the phone message about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago,
Yeah.
where some police department wanted money from me from another county that I didn't even fucking live in.
Yeah.
To help support the police department. Why? So you can go kill black people or something?
You know, I talk about this a lot. extensively on my other channel, but
I once I heard what it was, I hung up. But like, I told my parents about it.
yeah, it's just really tough to articulate like exactly exactly the feelings that most everybody in this world, or at least in the United States, should feel.
It's like,
Yeah.
my first thought when I heard it was like, you're at the police department. Don't you already get money from the local government? Why do you need more?
Yeah, I know. It's just it to me. It's just Freak said he put in his dinner, and I don't see it. So
It's here. You want me to send it to you, Frank? I'll
yeah,
send
send it to me so I can
Make me hungry.
so I can get hungry and want to get off this show like right now. Just how it is. But I honestly, it's time to just start over. I mean, I think we've got there's a myriad of problems wrong with the police department, but among them is a white supremacy problem, which has been proven in quite a few studies actually. But I think we just have to start over. We just, I mean, there's just no, oh Jesus Christ, I'm that's it. I'm walking off the show. I'm gonna go get some
What
food.
happened?
No, I'm just looking at this food and I'm like, God damn, it looks like fajitas, like shrimp fajitas, and man, I'm hungry. Yeah, I don't know. The police just piss me off for a myriad of reasons. So what else you got, Breakman? Let's move on.
And I said in chat, nothing will ever change, like, as long as they're, they're immune. I said guaranteed immunity. I mean qualified immunity.
You know what? They've taken care of that here in Colorado, but it doesn't change the way that the police do things here at all.
And I was just gonna say another one we need to get rid of is the police union.
Oh, the police union's big time. We need to start over. Just start over.
I'm just saying, as long as they have the immunity in the police union, we can't. Like,
right.
They have the money and the power all in their favor.
Yeah. There was a white guy who pulled a gun on the police who was killed, and the gun nuts were upset about that murder. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to say, is that if it was the white guy, like people would be all upset, like, whereas this is a black guy, and it's just like, another black guy was murdered by the cops.
Yeah, there's no outrage.
He had a gun, so it's okay.
Right. I mean,
whereas the gun nuts,
Well, okay. Think back.
You
think back to the Black Panthers, Breakman. The Black Panthers did something super courageous. They got a bunch of guns because they were like, "Fuck this," we're not going to take this shit anymore. And the minute that they get guns, that's when all the gun laws started, right? That's when all, like, California went crazy with limiting people's Second Amendment right. So it's like, I mean, you want it just one way, right? Why don't you just come out with a law saying only white people can own guns? I think that's what they really ultimately want. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what the Second Amendment people are all about. Let's just leave the guns to the white people, and then the savages, the browns and the blacks, they can do without. What else you got, Breakman? Anything else?
No, I'm already sick. That's enough.
I know it's a lot to take in, Break.
Yeah, like I known about the execution, but to see the video is a whole other thing,
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it's par for the course now, right? People are so used to it. It's just nothing is shocking anymore. It's just widely accepted, although it's not widely accepted for a lot of people. I'm glad that there are at least a few people like you guys that can recognize it. It's got to stop. It has to stop. All right, Eric, what do you got for your stinko of the week?
My stinko, I got a couple. My first stinko would be that Konami's going all in with the NFTs.
Yeah, fuck Konami.
And the other one would be Greg Abbott continuing to be scum. He had a full year to fix Texas grid problems since the bullshit that happened last year with the power going out and people freezing to death. You didn't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, I agree. Greg Abbott is a piece of shit, but you can't put it all on Greg Abbott, man. Like the grid.
Oh yeah, Ted Cruz too.
the grid needs to be changed, period, in every wake of life, whether it's Texas or Colorado or Ohio or New York. I mean, the entire grid needs to go solar based, period. I mean, there's just no other solution,
Well,
right?
our entire infrastructure is collapsing because it hasn't been majorly redone since what, the 50s?
Right. Yeah, since the highway system was put in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
there's so many. The country's literally falling apart,
Right.
and we're the whole $1 trillion whatever deal.
But hey,
still
let's
waiting for something to happen.
But hey,
Nothing's gonna happen.
Let's take down a bridge because it's in the way of Jeff Bezos' new yacht. That's
Right.
super huge.
Right.
Well, and look, there was a bridge that just collapsed like last week at some point. Like
Yeah.
that's how bad this situation is with our country. I know the bridges around here are labeled as obsolete.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And these are major highway bridges
But
going
yet-
down I-75.
You know what it is? They can't come to an agreement because there's not enough in it for the politicians yet.
Hell, this is why Fukushima happened, because they have outdated nuclear reactor facilities.
Right. Well,
They were talking about building the bridge and putting a toll booth on them and charging us for it. Like, you assholes have got unlimited money essentially, and you spend it on the military instead of fixing this goddamn country.
Right.
And then you want to try and charge the people who are suffering from your imbecilic spending of money.
And then they give you this.
And their solution is go buy a generator.
Well, they give you this bullshit, right? That well, it's not a bad idea to get a generator, by the way, but they give you this bullshit about tolls, right? Tolls are nefarious. Right? They'll say, oh, when it's paid off in 10 years, we'll take the toll away. The tolls never do tolls go away. As a matter of fact, they're selling tolls, like the tollways to foreign. Hold on, Eric. Hold on.
The Ohio Turnpike.
Hold on, Eric. Can I finish? Let me finish. They are now like selling. They're outsourcing toll roads to different countries, like. Russia owns I-36, the toll road going to Boulder.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you.
For Christ's
Money that's going towards an enemy nation. Okay.
Yes, it is. Look into it. The toll road that goes from Denver, I-36, that goes from Denver, just the toll. I'm not talking. You can go regularly, right? You can go on the regular lanes. Or you can do the quote-unquote express lane for money. That's a toll. That goes out of the country directly. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of those. I mean, we have E470, which is, man, that's like a great back way to get, north and south. Can't use that because that's a toll.
Let me guess that the Russian business probably owns a business in America and they get huge tax breaks.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it, dude. I would not doubt it in the least. Would not doubt it. Anyways, that's enough about that. Anything else, Eric?
Yeah, I have to work 12 hours for 5 days next week.
Fuck.
That's rough.
So they
man.
basically told me you're not having a life for the next couple days.
Yeah, well, next 5 days. Damn, man, that really sucks.
I'll get home. I'll leave for work in darkness. I'll come home in darkness.
Yeah.
I'll be tired. I'll only have about 3 hours worth of stuff to do, but I'll probably be so tired I won't want to do anything.
Yeah, I know.
I was going to say, you're going to want to eat and sleep, and that's about it.
Yeah. Eric is not going to be here next week because of it, but that really sucks, man. But we'll get through it. My stinko of the week is just me puking. I was sick for a couple of days. Yeah, it fucking blew.
What makes it more annoying for me is the departments that are working along with me, and the reason why I have to stay into 6. It doesn't make sense to me. I should at least be working 6 to 4 because the only other machinery that's going to be doing heavy activity is only working from 6 to 4, and the other one I only have to switch carts at most once or twice a day. So maybe that will be upgraded to 3 times off to switch it out. So I'm going to have a whole lot of nothing to do after my normal 8 hours is over.
Yeah. Well, just soak up that money if they want, Eric. I mean, shit.
And I think, and I don't know if I'll be physically tired the first couple days, but I'm going to be definitely mentally tired by the end of every day.
Yeah. It could have been something I ate, Breakman. It was, you know, what's funny is I ate at Texas Roadhouse, which I mean, I had a great meal there. I mean, it tasted.
Oh, I love their food.
Oh, it's so good. So good, man. There's nothing on that menu that I pretty much don't like.
The Texas Roadhouse by me has the worst service I've ever experienced in my life, but the food is so good I go back. I
know. The food's just really good there. But you know, I mean, I don't know. It could have been food poisoning. I don't know, but it was like a day and a half's worth of just puking, and later on having go the other route. You know, but yeah, just pretty bad. But that was my thing. Freak Pie says his Stinko had a department meeting yesterday. They told us that the other departments are expected to be clocked in and at their workstations 5 minutes before they are scheduled, and it isn't fair to them that inventory doesn't have to do. Oh, fuck them, Freak 5. Fuck them. I ate 7,000 calories worth of garbage, pretty much. Wyland. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I had a steak. I mean, you know, steak is actually not terrible. But yeah, I had projectile vomiting for sure, man. It was, it was really bad. It was Exorcist times 10, man. It was really bad. All right, let's move on to happier thoughts, guys.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweeto of the week.
All right, Sweetos of the week. Breakman, I already know what one of your Sweetos at least. So in honor of that,
only one because that's the only one that matters.
Hold on, I've got something for you. Hang on. This is especially for Breakman Sweeto. If it ever plays here.
Cincinnati, Cincinnati, we got a team right here in town. Ain't gonna ever let us down. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? They can pass and kick and run. Watching them is lots of fun. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? Block and tackle, watch them fall. We are here to have a ball. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? River Fun is where we play. Bengals learn to get a stay. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody.
Feel free, sir. Your Sweeto of the week.
That is my Sweeto of the week. The Cincinnati Bengals, who a season ago won four games.
2 games, sir. 2 games.
No, four games.
Oh, they won
season
4.
Before that, they won only 2 games,
yes.
and were last in the league. And because of that, they were able to draft Joe Burrow, who in his first complete season has led the Bengals to a Super Bowl. They haven't been in a Super Bowl since the 80s.
Yeah.
They won their last playoff game in 1990, so you know, just winning playoff games was amazing, but to get to the Super Bowl was completely wow. Like, they have a 50-50 shot. I mean,
I think
awesome.
they can beat the Rams, man. If
they can. I think both of these teams are great, and either team can win. I think the Rams have the best player, and Aaron Donald. I mean.
And they got Von Miller, which, you know, sentimentally, I kind of want Von to get another Super Bowl. But you know what? Cincinnati did its job. They took care of the shitty Kansas City Chiefs. And for that, they are also my Sweeto this week, Breakman. I mean, I am going to be rooting for the Bengals, man. I think I like to see new teams win. Either one of these teams is a new team to win the Super Bowl, right? I don't count the St. Louis thing, you know, so but it's LA, man. I want Cincinnati to win this motherfucking game, man. Let's do it, man. That way you can have like that cuz I don't think Cincinnati's ever won, right? No. They went to
2 Super Bowls and they lost to the 49ers both times.
Yeah, and one of them was in heartbreaking fashion, man. They had that game, man. They fucking had that game. And then it was Joe Montana magic, I believe.
Yeah, Joe Montana.
Yeah, well, Joe Montana ripped us up for 55 points, man. So I feel your pain, man. It's just, but we have 3 Super Bowls, so you know.
He was a legend for a reason, so whatever.
Yeah. Freak 5, I saw your comment. You son of a bitch. You're lucky I don't have my powers this week, but wait till next week.
Oh, you mean the one about you should quit looking in the mirror if you don't want to vomit?
How dare you? You son of a bitch, Breakman. You son of a bitch. All right, what other Sweeto do you got?
I like Wyland's response to He said he had a manager like that who tried to say the same thing to him. One looked at him, laughed, and said, "No."
Yeah, that's not
God
happening.
bless that.
Yeah, no, thank you. Not interested in that.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got, Break?
That's all I need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been since the 80s. I was in elementary school. This has been
Yeah.
a long wait.
Just enjoy it, man. That's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna say, because you
absolutely.
never
And-
know
and
when you're
if
gonna
they
be back there.
lose, still, like, we feel there's hope for the future that we haven't felt in a very long time.
Dude,
around
Joe
here.
Burrow, I told you this when he was drafted, Breakman. Joe Burrow is the real motherfucking deal, man. I mean, he really is. I mean, if he pulls this off, man, he's got a shot at catching Brady, man. Honestly. I mean, they need to you guys need to shore up a couple of things on defense, but
On offense, he needs to be protected like that.
they need an
He was sacked
offensive line.
9 times
Yeah.
and against Tennessee. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's the number one glaring need is the offensive line. Couple things on defense, and that team's going to be a powerhouse for years and years and years.
That's what I love.
And I hope you get this one, man. This is your best shot right here. I'm hoping beyond hope, but I wouldn't be totally sad. Like I said, Von Miller's playing for the Rams, but
Yeah.
you know, besides that, I got no affinity to the Rams, man. I told you my second favorite team is the Bengals, Breakman. So you know, I'm really hoping. Anyone seen the Spine of the Night? What is that? Is that like the new? It looks akin to heavy metal. What is it on? Wyland? Is that on Netflix or one of the streamers? Maybe Amazon Prime, something. I don't know.
So for the Bengals, like next Friday, we'll have no clue because the Super Bowl is until this following Sunday. So
Ooh, Shudder. I have Shudder. Yeah, man. I'm dude. I can't wait for this Super Bowl, man. It's like one of my most. Dude, you should have seen. I think I was happier than you that the Bengals won against the Chiefs. Breakman. I honestly like. I hate the Chiefs with every fiber of my being, just as much as I hate the goddamn Raiders, man. I can't stand them, man. You didn't have a show the week of my birthday, so this wasn't a stinko. My job on birthdays, give people a birthday card and a $5 gift card, and I didn't. Tell them, Freak Five? That sucks. That should be a stinko, man. All right, Eric, your Sweeto of the week.
Don't really have one.
I don't
Alright.
miss being in the office. Like for birthdays, it'd be like, hey, they'd announce everybody's birthday, and you get like a $5 gift card to a restaurant and stuff. Like, hey, everybody applauds for your birthday and stuff. Like this is an elementary fucking school.
How about 25, 30, $50 for your birthday? That'd be nice, you know.
How about a raise?
A
you know?
raise would be
Like,
nice, yeah.
You've done such a good job for this full year. How about another $1 on your
A dollar an hour. Yep, minimum. Yeah, I agree. That would be nice too. All right. My Sweeto of the week is the Ghost concert I went to. Ghost and Volbeat. It was fun, man. We got to meet the lead singer of Ghost. He was like very, very gracious, super nice dude. Tobias Forge. Just a great dude. But you know what we had to do to get into that concert? We had to provide our vaccine passports, and we had to take an antigen test. I mean, it was it was something else. But we did all that. We finally got the backstage deal, and you know, it was just a ton of fun. So we had a lot of fun. We got pictures, we got autographs, we got the whole.
See, I keep my card in my wallet, but I'm worried that that all the ink's gonna get rubbed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, my card doesn't fit exactly in my wallet, so half of it's all frayed and it's definitely not readable.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool. Also, you know, we mentioned the Bengals winning. That was a big thing for me because I can't stand the Chiefs because they're in my division. And I got my original art framed that I spent a ton of money on, so it looks beautiful. Sweeto, Freak 5 says, my Sweeto talked to HR and the assistant director and the director of the facility, and he got a $10 gift card. Oh, so you not only got a $5 one, you got a $10 one. That's cool. That'll buy you a hamburger somewhere.
But he had to go all the way up the food chain to
I
get
know.
that. Like, that's kind of ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. All right. So here we go. We're going to do our free-for-all now.
It's a free for all.
All right, free for all this week is round one. We have a tourney, and this is kind of a mini tourney, but we're gonna drag it out a little bit. Eric's not gonna be here. Eric's not gonna be here next week. Can you guys still hear me? Hello? Can you guys still hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. How dare you guys? Yeah, son of a bitch. This is February, the month of love, right? Valentine's Day coming up, so I figured.
Yeah, whatever.
Why don't we?
Yeah.
Why do we not do a tournament with the greatest video game couple of all time? So I came up with 16 couples to battle it out, and we're going to determine the number one couple in all of video gaming, and that's the tournament. The head of security did that. Okay, I saw that, Freak 5. There you go. And the gift card paid for his beer, so that's always nice, you know.
Ooh, are you drinking craft beer? Why did that take so long for me to think of? Jesus.
Holy cow, man! Breakman, you're like having a glitch in the Matrix, man.
No, something's wrong with me today.
Yeah.
I blame the Stone Ice.
All right. So we're gonna do the greatest video game couple of all time. So why don't we get to it, guys? Let's start off right at the top.
Is it
We got
Toe Jam and Earl?
Toe Jam and I thought about putting Toe Jam and Earl in the tourney, but then I decided not to. So
Beavis and Butthead have their own video game.
They do. That is true. They have several games. I should have put them too.
None of them are good, but they have.
There's one PC game that was really really fun. But anyways, Mario and Princess Peach, obviously from the Super Mario Brothers series of games, versus Cloud and Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. Breakman, I'm gonna start with you.
This one.
That's not even a real relationship. But
it's close enough.
Look, okay, so Cloud and Aerith.
Cloud and Tifa makes more sense if we're talking about in the context of where they are at in Advent Children.
Like, and for Cloud and Aerith, like, they never really even got together. Like, she died before they could even, like, kiss or hold hands, you know?
I'm not entirely sure they would have gotten together, considering she still kind of hasn't got over her boyfriend.
Well, in my version of the game, they let you. In the original, they let you choose kind of what you would say at certain points. I was always trying to get with Tifa. I didn't fucking care about Aerith at all.
Yeah, Tifa was the hottie.
But I do like their dynamic, so I guess they belong here.
Yeah. So, who you picking?
Whereas
Ray?
Mario and Peach aren't actually a real couple either, because Mario was with
Oh
they
my
never
God.
hooked up,
what's her name?
Putting way too
And
much.
people have a running theory is that she's actually married to Bowser. And he keeps trying to rescue her from him.
From
when
Mario,
she just
yeah.
need to be rescued.
I could see that. Wow. So this one's kind of hard. I guess I'm gonna say Mario and Peach because, you know, at least he saves Peach, whereas the Cloud doesn't save Aerith at all. Like,
All right. Eric?
It's the other way around, actually. She saves him.
Yeah.
Right.
Eric, your choice.
I'm going with Cloud and Aerith, though, just because they're more interesting characters.
I'm going to go with Mario and Princess Peach on this one. I think they do make a good couple. And like, if you just look at them, they do make a good couple. Cloud and Aerith, I never really clicked for me. I don't know. Wasn't there an option for Cloud and Aerith to go on a date at the Gold Saucer?
No, not an option. It's more like a series of choices you make that determines who you go on the roller coaster ride with.
Yeah. Master Chief and Cortana, obviously from the Halo series, versus James and Mary from Silent Hill 2. I'm going to go first on this one. The James and Mary thing, I think, is a stronger relationship, although I can see the Master Chief Cortana thing.
It's in the context of one game, though. I mean, Chief and Cortana had several games.
All right, can you let me finish, Eric, before you start in on your opinion? I'm going with James and Mary. Eric, what are you going with?
That doesn't really work for me. So I'm going with Master Chief and Cortana.
All right,
I
Breakman,
don't really like that series that much.
You're the tiebreaker, Breakman.
Master Chief and Cortana, they've got this long-standing relationship, and I've
You
watched it
son of a
develop over the
bitch.
years.
You
And
son of a
especially,
bitch.
and in the last few games, it has become the focus of the story. Like, I know a lot of people hate 4 because I guess the enemy is really hard to understand, like what they're, like exactly what they are. The I forget what he's called. Um, but it made a true love story between them. Like it was the Chiefs' one and only goal was to save her at that point. Like it wasn't about saving the world. I mean, and he, he's the hero. He does have to stop the bad guy, but his main concern was to protect her. And since then, like she turned evil, and then again he was trying to save her. And then I don't want to spoil the story of this one, but their relationship again is front and center.
Okay. Sound reasoning, but you're still a son of a bitch. But anyways, let's move on to the next matchup. Samus Aran and the baby Metroid. If you guys remember Super Metroid.
Oh yeah, like a mother-son relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it kind of like blossomed. Like the baby Metroid became like a big Metroid, and it remembered Samus and then protected. So that versus Eco and Yorda from the Eco game. Let's go with Eric first. What do you
I'm going with Samus and the Metroid.
Okay, Breakman?
Wow. Yeah, I didn't really play the Eco game.
Oh God, you should
The
have.
Samus and Metroid, like they told such a beautiful story without any words. Like it was a mother
Both of
and
them are
baby
basically
relationship.
that, though.
Well, but the Ico and Yorda was in a more more powerful system. I don't know.
Yeah, but there was no dialogue in the game, is what I'm saying.
No, I know,
Yeah,
I
Eco
know.
and
I'm just
Yorda,
trying to
same
think of a
exact
comeback and
thing.
nothing.
Yeah, but okay. So you're picking Samus and
Yeah,
baby
like it
Metroid.
was just you could tell like just from without words, just the actions of the Metroid and the actions the same as how they felt for each other.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
not true. There is dialogue, but it's only within like the context of the opening.
Yeah, I would have picked Eco.
Oh, yeah, the last Metroid is now in captivity.
No, I'm talking about Ico and Yorda. Situation.
Yeah, I would have picked
like,
Eco.
Like they
Eco
never
and
talked with
Yorda.
each other in the game.
Yeah, I would have
Okay.
picked Eco and Yorda. Like everything was beautiful in that game. Like just the gestures, there was really no talking other than what Eric said at the very beginning of the game. But and it was just a great game in general, and a very heartbreaking. I don't know, just it was just man, you got to play that game.
In fact, I think the reason why they didn't talk with each other is because Yorda spoke a language that Ico didn't
understand. Yeah. All right, next matchup we got for you: Yennefer and Geralt from The Witcher, and Isaac and Nicole from Dead Space. I think Breakman should go first on this one.
Oh, I barely remember the relationship with Isaac and Nicole. Like she turns out to be the villain though, doesn't she?
Not really.
Not so much.
Well, I thought she was like brainwashed or by the religion cult thingy in Dead Space.
Not so much.
I don't remember. I can't remember that. Where's Geralt from
Rivia. Yeah.
Rivia and Yennefer. I'm familiar with the series, not the game. And the series, like yeah, I like them as a relationship. I think it's good.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the opposite. I'm going with Isaac and Nicole, because Isaac.
I never played The Witcher or
hold
Witcher
on.
2
Eric,
or even The Witcher 3.
Eric, do you want me to finish or do you want to go?
You can go.
He wants to go. You can shut up now.
I guess, man. I'm going with Isaac and Nicole. I think that relationship, turned out the way that it should have turned out. Yennefer and Geralt have had a very tumultuous, very complicated relationship. So I guess you're the tiebreaker, Eric. Who are you picking?
Based on what I experienced with the first 2 Dead Space games, there really isn't any really interaction between the two for me to form a strong opinion for Isaac and Nicole. So I'm just going to go with Yennefer and Geralt, because even though it's messy, it's a relationship.
Yeah, okay. So you fuckers go against me at every time.
And when it comes to stuff like Dead Space, it's just a symptom of dead girlfriend, but we don't even get the bad story. to even care about the dead girlfriend.
Yeah. I went with Geralt and Triss Marigold after telling Yennefer that there was nothing between them. Dungeon. Yeah, Triss was involved in that whole thing too. But I don't blame Geralt. Geralt lost memories at one point. So, you got Anyways, let's move on. Link and Zelda versus Jackie and Jenny from the Darkness. If you guys remember that game, I had to pull this one out.
I never played the Darkness.
Oh God, what's wrong with you, Eric?
I bought them on the backwards compatibility sale. I just haven't got to them yet.
Oh, so good, man. There's a scene with Jackie when he's sitting on the couch with Jenny, and it's just like a very, very touching.
They're
moment.
watching a movie, right?
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that.
But
Yeah.
I have to the only Zelda game that actually has a clear relationship between Link and Zelda is in Skyward Sword.
Can we just just think of them as couples when we do this?
Yeah, like I
Can we
wasn't
just
necessarily thinking all these as romantic couples. Like
Yeah,
Mario
but
and
like
Peach, I don't consider a romantic couple, but they're still a couple.
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like it's the only Zelda game where they seem to have any real relationship with each other, like any kind of relationship.
Well, if you remember at the end of the first one, he's like, grabs her hand and, I mean, that's
So-
like, yeah, I mean, that's like, romantic, Eric. Come on, man. Just think of them as couples, not necessarily romantic couples. What are you picking?
I wish these were in a different category because I really want to pick Jack and Jenny, but I can't pick against Link and Zelda.
This is Link and Zelda, like Zelda's a series, and like there's different incarnations of them. So
Oh, dear Lord.
So I'm gonna go with a concrete couple versus like a nebulous one. I'm gonna go with the Jack and Jenny one.
I'm also going with Jackie and Jenny. I think they're solid.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a big time upset. I know,
Yes.
but I mean, I'm with Eric. I think you got to go with the solid couple. There's too much analysis, is what I'm saying. So let's move on to the next one. Dom and Maria from Gears of War. And
hey, how dare you? It should be Dom and Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, Marcus Phoenix. And Ellie and Riley from The Last of Us. I'm going to speak first on this one. Holy hell, that game with Ellie and Riley was really, really strong. But I also think the Gears of War relationship between Dom and Maria is really strong too. You know what? Fuck it. I'm picking Ellie and Riley. What are you picking, Breakman?
I want to say Dom and Phoenix. Like I think that was a
Dom
stronger
and Phoenix.
relationship.
Dom
Like
and
they were
Phoenix.
they were a team. I mean they
We
were.
don't even see Maria in Gears 2.
No, but there's
Yeah,
all
she's
the
a picture of
overtones.
her.
There's overtones. There's all the juxtaposition. There's all the.
I'm going with the other one just because you messed this up, Frank, and didn't put the right name in there.
Yeah, how dare you? What are you picking, Eric?
Yeah, I'm picking Ellie and Riley as well.
All right.
Even though I haven't played that DLC, it seems
Oh,
to have
it's
a more
great.
meaningful relationship.
Great relationship there, Ellie and Riley. I think it's definitely deserving of being on this list. All right, next matchup we have is Commander Shepard and Garrus from Mass Effect 2, and Tidus and Yuna from Final Fantasy X. I'm going to go with Breakman first on this one.
What was the first pair?
Commander Shepard and Garrus from Mass Effect.
What was the other pairing with Shepard?
There's a bunch of pairings.
There's a bunch,
but this
that's
is-
the one that stands out the most to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
There's another really big one.
The one with that, the one with
Blue
that,
one.
the green skin dude. I forget his name now. In Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Link could get away with saying, "Well, excuse me, Prince." That's true, Dungeon. I mean, that is true.
Only if you're counting the bastardized cartoon.
All right, Breakman. What do you
The relationship with Yuna and Tidus was such a good close relationship. Like two young people really finding each other and the learning to whistle and
Yeah, we
and the
get it.
kiss.
We get
Like,
it. The horny
I gotta give
factor,
Yuna
you know,
Tidus.
the horny factor. Okay,
I'm going with Titus and Yuna.
I think I am
Or
as
Tidus.
well.
Tidus and Yuna. That's his
Tidus
real
and
name.
Yuna,
Tidus.
Yeah.
Tidus, yes.
All right, last matchup this week we got Nathan Drake and Elena Fisher with you and the companion cube from Portal. Let's start with me. I'm definitely picking Nathan Drake and Elena Fisher. I mean, they end up married after all. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, that's an easy one for me. But that companion cube, though, with the heart on it, I mean, nothing screams Valentine's like that. But in a tough one, I am picking Nathan Drake. What about you, Eric?
Nathan and Elaine.
All right, Eric. I'm sorry, Breakman.
I didn't like that fucking cube. I'm going to
It's a cube, and it doesn't talk or anything. It's just
yeah, and like the whole promise was you're doing this for cake and like whatever. Like just no.
the
Fuck
cake was a
cube.
lie. So
Yeah, the cake was a lie, and the cube can go fuck itself.
Yeah. All right, so look at the matchups we got left, guys. We got Mario going up against Master Chief, or Mario and Princess Peach going up against Master Chief and Cortana. We got Samus and the Baby Metroid going in an upset, going up against Jennifer and Geralt. We've got Jackie and Jenny from The Darkness going up against Ellie and Riley from The Last of Us. That should be a titanic matchup.
I can't actually see the second half of the list.
We
yet
got
on the
Tidus and Yuna versus Nathan Drake and Elena Fisher for the greatest video game couple of all time. I think these are solid choices indeed. I mean, if I had my druthers right now, I'd pick Tidus and Yuna. I think that's a really, really solid, like, definite love story. Perfect for Valentine's Day. But you got the upset-minded Samus and Baby Metroid in there, too, with lots of love there. So this could go any way. Jackie will devour Ellie and Riley's hearts for health points. How dare you, Dungeon, and try to influence? It's like jury tampering, man. You can't tamper with the jury.
Is that how I'm going to decide next week? If I can't decide which couples, I'm going to pit them against each other in a fight, and that's how I decide.
Well, next week we're not doing it. Remember, Eric is not going to be here next week, so we got to we'll just have a free-for-all discussion next week. But there you go. In a couple weeks, we'll pick back up. We'll have what would this be? This would be the semifinals? No, this would be the quarterfinals of our tournament next time we do this in a couple weeks. But yeah, 2 cups in, 1 couple leaves.
Chat says the first time Link and Zelda got it on, Link was probably a virgin, so he probably came on her stomach before.
Oh,
he
yeah.
God.
I forgot about the Breath of the Wild
Gross.
Zelda pairing. They're a couple.
Who, Eric?
The Link and Zelda and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, okay.
They're
There you go.
basically a couple by the end of the storyline before the game actually starts.
Okay. That's pretty.
And definitely carrying over into Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's gonna wrap it up in a shortened edition, so we can all eat. I'm getting hungry. Let's see what else. Anything else you guys have before we end this edition, so we can go food questing?
No, I better do this.
Who you plugging, Breakman? Let's do our plugs.
At RPGrinders on.
All right, Eric, your plugs, man.
You can find reviews I've written on BostonBestBrigade.com, or you can listen to the audio feed for my audio reviews. And if you like either of those and you want to support me, you can go to my Patreon, which you can find a link to in my profile, which is on Twitter at EricRPG, and give me as little as $1 would help out. That's per month.
All right.
Or even just a one-time thing.
Anything else, Eric?
Stay safe. The roads are mess and snow.
Yeah, Freak says this morning my wife was
Keep
having
warm too, because especially if you're in Texas, find a way to stay warm.
Yeah. Freak Pie says this morning my wife was having a problem with the printer. I was trying to go back to sleep after taking a shit. Hashtag I pooped today. Our printer's wireless. I was thinking about sending a message to print that was from the printer.
I have a question. So when Link lost his virginity with Zelda, did it play that sound effect?
Oh God.
Legend of Zelda sound effect.
Ding 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 ding. Which one?
Like you unlock the secret.
Dee-doo-doo-doo-doo-dee. That one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one right there.
At one point, it sounded like she hit it. I should have had it print out, "Stop hitting me." That'd have been funny, Freak 5. Right from your phone, like from a note. That'd have been awesome. All right. You can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can follow me on my other channel, Mexican Longhair, where I do a bunch of stuff. We were talking about police today. That'd be a perfect channel for you if you want to hear and see more. What else? You can follow me on any of the systems, RPGrinders. I'm mostly on the PlayStation. Every once in a while, I'll hop on the other two. What else? Dungeon says Freaks Printer becomes self-aware on 2.4.2022 and decides to launch its nuclear. I think I've heard that story before somewhere, Dungeon. I can't remember where. I want to thank everybody in chat. Of course, Freak5 Chaos, our good friend Dungeons, our good friend Wyland, Casino, thanks. Digital Pigeon, thanks for stopping in. Judd, thanks for stopping in. And Shy Puff, thanks for stopping in and enjoying everything. Anyways, I think that's going to just about do it. Anything else, gentlemen, before we take off? No?
When Link lost his virginity to Zelda, like he threw the Triforce away. He didn't need that shit anymore.
Oh, my God.
He's like, I'm a man now. I'm done with this.
All right, stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we are out. Later, everybody. Hey, Judd, thanks for joining in, too. It didn't have you on the list of people there, but I know you were in there. Thanks for joining, and everybody that I missed, if I missed anybody, Bernie, and the archive listeners as well. Thank you all so much. Really, really, really appreciate it. You guys are what makes this show go. So thanks, everybody. Have a good, safe weekend.